What is going on, everybody? My name is Ryfrost and welcome back to another weekly video. Today we're going to be looking at the Vault and also the weekly Mythic Plus affixes and of course the weekly event that's on, which you can see right now is the Warlocks of Dreadnought Time Walking. There we go, we've done that already. So today we have 6 characters to unlock, but we're actually going to do it very quickly. We're going to bounce between the two and we're already going to be stood in front of the Vault because last week it was quite long and I want to keep this under 5 minutes. So the Monk, we have finally finished the Mythic Plus mission where we have all 5 healers to 2500 score on board. We finally managed to get that finished. As you can see, it was a bit janky. The last week of Tyrannical, which was last week before Season 4 hit, I'd had zeros on all of these, so I worked really hard to get them up and running, but we finally got there. Video will be coming out soon showing what I did, and there's always constantly videos coming out of all the different keys that I'm doing anyway, so just stay tuned. But this is the one that I've actually been looking forward to the most because I've spent 15 keys this week trying to get a replacement helmet and a replacement belt because everything else is 262 or 272. And I think once I upgrade this, and I haven't even got 4 set yet, so I'm hoping that this Vault is kind to me. Oh, let's just check I'm on the right specialization. Please be kind to me and give me a belt or a helmet. I would really wish for a helmet. Let's see if RNG is nice for me. And it is not, but we got a belt, so that's something. We did a couple of raids as well, so we have an option for this belt or this belt, and we know we want crit, and it's exactly the same belt as what I already have, just an upgrade. So I don't know if it is BIS, but it does give me crit, and haste is a pretty good spec. It's a pretty good choice. 278 weapon is a very good upgrade, very good. This gives me huge intellect, huge changes, but it is haste mastery. Well, the other one's verse mastery anyway, so I'll have to check on sub creation. And this one, I could possibly get this one too because I actually have this down as Shadebound Grease, so that's the 262 crafted. If I get this one, it will also give me opportunity for 4 set. So some really good choices here, all of which will give me a massive upgrade. And I think I'm going to go for the weapon, but I am actually not going to pick it just yet. I'm going to do some research because this is a big change for me, a big upgrade, and I want to make sure that I get the best one. It's probably going to be the belt, but that weapon is very good. But I don't believe it's BIS. And there's a belt there as well. Haste mastery, indestructible, and some shoulders which I already have 272. So we don't need them. But that's very, very, very good. But we'll come back to this Vault and see which is the best one for it to go for. And maybe upgrade the Amethyst trinket because it's not very good. But we haven't really done much in regards to upgrading the Shaman because the Shaman's just very strong and I've almost got top legendary. I have been potentially looking at going over to Elemental as a side bit on here, but that's a long way to go yet. But anyway, let's look at what I got for the Shaman. Oh, so we actually only did one. We didn't do very well in regards to keystones last week. I think I actually focused more on DPS because I've took a step back. I've done the healing challenge now, so I've just been doing every now and again playing around with certain classes like Warlock. I've been leveling quite a lot of characters with the new experience buff, but it's still an upgrade. I'll just need to catalyst convert it. Okay, so we're jumping on the Paladin. Still haven't accepted this quest, and I won't ever, because it's like I've got a little fan walking around. But let's talk about the Mythic Affixes whilst we do. This was also completed. The 2545 was this week. This challenge was all done. We finally managed to get it all finished off, and I'm so happy. But anyway, the Mythic Plus week, obviously, is fortified, which is going to be a nightmare. Nobody really likes fortified, but it's spiteful. Spiteful is extremely annoying for pushing because especially for melee players, so like a melee healers and stuff like that, it's going to be very awkward to do because when you go for the big pushes and the big groups, you're going to have issues with a lot of spites or spiteful, whatever, ghosts walking around and trying to kill you. And then necrotic as well, which is a healer mechanic. It's going to be very annoying. All enemies apply a stacking blight, and I'm not too sure if these two work in tandem with each other, whereas necrotic obviously, if a spite hits an enemy, hits a player, it applies necrotic. So they're going to be quite interested to see how well they play out. But I'm not happy with this week. Luckily, I've finished the challenge and I don't need anything massive this week. Maybe just a few keys to keep the keystone alive. But luckily I'm not having to push and get this Mythic Plus challenge finished. But yeah, the affixes are okay, but it's going to be probably a ranged heavy week. So maybe look at like priests and shamans and druids for the healers especially. But anyway, let's look at the vault whilst we're here and see what we've got. So we've got 264 item level here. We've got the shoulder pieces. I would love for a shoulder upgrade. Only did one Mythic Plus dungeon last week. I think we actually did 2, but we'd finished the challenge. I literally needed 1 dungeon to finish this challenge off for the paladin. But it's an upgrade, and because we have a Shadow Steel Waistguard, what that will allow me to do is I can actually take that and I can change my Shadow Steel 262 to my shoulders, swap that out, and then it will allow me to get the 262 there. So every piece of gear except for my I've still got my 235 legendary braces. I'm gonna have to probably get that upgraded soon, but running Torghast is an absolute nightmare. And this isn't BIS at all. It's actually quite good for a paladin, or at least a melee healer, because you have that option to, when you're doing damage, you're sort of healing people. So when you have allies, melee allies specifically, which paladins really thrive with having melee allies, it actually heals for quite a bit, which is quite nice. So it's a nice little filler, shall we say, talent. It's a nice filler trinket, not talent. But anyway, that's that done. So really impressed with that one. I'm probably not going to touch the paladin this week because I'm not a massive fan of the playstyle at the moment. I've played the monk for a heck of a lot of time, and I've fallen in love with the monk, and I've not really done much on my paladin. Now we look at the mage. So the mage is a new little project that I've been doing. I have a few different legendaries ranging from like 230, 190. So I still have the Heart of Azeroth, which I'm sure some people seeing this will have PTSD. But I've been messing around with Frost, and I've been also messing around with Fire. I personally like Frost a little bit better. I'm not too fond on the whole sort of combustion gameplay, whereas with Frost it's quite fun and quite nice, and Fire and Icicles about is always fun to play. So I've done a few keys on this. I think I did maybe 2 on this, so I'll only have 1 vault choice, but I'm sure with the item level that I've got, it's probably going to be good. An Ooze, it's just an item level upgrade. I'm not too sure if it's very good or not, but I've only got a 226 and a 203 Unbound Changeling, so this is going to be a very nice upgrade for me. Only 259 because I think I only did a level 6 or a 7, but I must have done 3 dungeons last week. I didn't really focus too much on it, but I just wanted to play around and have some fun because the healer challenge is finished, so I took a step back and just had a bit of relaxing time. Alright, so we're going to move on to the Warlock. So we have 2 more to open. We have the Warlock and we also have the Priest. The Priest, I did a lot of Discipline dungeons last week, as I've uploaded them all to my YouTube channel. I've had quite a lot of fun playing Discipline and played them in some high keys as well, so there'll be a lot more coming out soon. But Warlock was another thing I've just been messing around with playing as Demonology, because I have a 291 legendary for Demonology, and Destruction seems very boring. And Sir Dotalot, if you are watching this, you'll never ever hear me say that you were right. Demonology is much more fun than Destruction. But we have an upgrade. It's going to get turned into a tier piece anyway, so for me it's a massive upgrade. So whilst we're waiting on that and we're loading into my Priest, I want to talk about the plans for the channel and what we're going to be doing moving forward. So I'm going to be focusing on a lot of healing content, as you've already probably seen getting spammed on the channel. But the biggest thing that I'm going to be looking at is like guides and tutorials, because I've played all the healers at quite a high level, and hopefully one day I might get access to the Dragonflight beta, so I can do some guides for that and the Evoker class, because I'm really looking forward to playing the Evoker. But something I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, especially for Season 4, is looking at which healer I think's the best, which healer I think's the worst, pros and cons for all, and doing also basic guides to healing. Something I don't think is a lot out there is a lot of guides to how to heal, even from like scratch, from like Mythic 0s all the way up to Mythic 20s, which I'm starting to do now. So this channel's going to be focusing a lot on healing, and a lot of content around what to do in certain situations, and really just focus on the skills that I've got, which for me is all about the 5 specs of healing. But anyway, we're going to skip till we jump straight into the vault. I believe I did quite a fair few of keys on my priest, so I'm really looking forward to see. The priest is my most geared character, not by much. The shaman is catching up because it is only 271 this one, and then my shaman is 270. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what I get, and hopefully I'm hoping it is a complete upgrade. I am going to change my specialization to holy, or at least change straight to holy, because that is going to be my main spec, and when I raid things like that, I'm going to be raiding as holy, because priest not enough mana to keep off. I want to get the thing off my screen. Yep, priest is amazing. Discipline isn't as strong at the moment, but I believe the only reason why it's not strong is because it doesn't seem to do as much damage as priest. And priest's Forset is just so strong with the flash concentration Forset for holy, where you literally can spam heals at a ridiculous speed, and it is the best healer in the game right now, but it is slightly overpowered. But anyway, let's look and see what choices we have for our vault. So we've got some big upgrades, 278 upgrade, which we're going to catalyst in that way, so that's quite a good one, and Blood Oath Signet. Now I believe this will be a massive upgrade for Discipline, because I think Discipline uses crit and haste, and it's got a prismatic slot, which it will give me an extra 16 of whichever piece that I want. So a very good choice. I think I might actually look at a potential ring, but mainly for Discipline more than anything. But yeah, good choices. Really happy, really looking forward to seeing what Season 4 brings. Hopefully this video is a little less time than last one. That's scary to look at. Let's zoom out. So yeah, hopefully I can get into the Dragonflight Alpha or the Beta to do some cool guys on the Evoker Healer class. I think it's Preservation, and look forward to a lot of healing guides and tutorials on this channel. So if you like that kind of thing and you want to stick around for more, write a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to smash that like button. My name is Ryfrost. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.